which is even more zum Sach. Sometimes when you're struggling, you need to go higher.
Guys, Bari's no longer around us. What do you think of his music?
He sings so deep that it touches your heart.
He could have charged like $2,000 for that Zoom call.
And this is something unbelievable.
Emunah is probably one of the strongest things in Judaism. Where your brain ends, that's where Emunah starts.
And it's actually quite a big deal.
So what pushes you to do something that is bigger than you? This can either help you or destroy you.
They used to call me Manny Fresh back in the day.
Where's
Heads die, do or die.
Once you go up, you never come back? Is that what happens here? We're going in. We're going in.
You're in.
Come, Peter, come.
Shlomi, what are we getting into here?
Okay, so as I mentioned to you in other videos, the Hasidic world has its own ecosystem. So I told you we have our own media, we have our own food, we have everything. So there's also a big music scene, and it's actually quite a big deal. We have Hasidic music stars who are getting millions of views on their music videos, and a lot of them, you know, can rank on the charts on Spotify or
What kind of music?
So there's Hasidic music, there's a little bit of Hasidic pop music. A lot of it is about connecting to God through music. There's also a little bit of entertainment aspect. You're gonna learn all about it. And we're gonna take you to some of the Hasidic music scene's biggest stars.
Okay, cool. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So is this one of your favorite musicians?
This is someone who I really enjoy listening to, and he actually, you know, by night he's a performer. By day, he helps out he started a school for kids who don't necessarily fit into the regular Hasidic high school system.
Okay.
So we're gonna go meet him and some of his students and see what they say.
All right.
Hello.
You want
to do it?
How you guys? Hello.
How are you?
Good. Hello. How you doing?
How you doing?
Peter. Good, man.
Yeah, you do?
Is that the musician?
No.
Oh.
What?
You look like a musician.
Where's Bari?
It's okay if I roll the camera? All right, cool. You're all musicians.
Yeah.
What do you play?
I sing.
What do you do?
I'm in sales.
You're in sales? You sell music?
Nope.
What do you sell?
Home and kitchen.
Cool.
On Amazon, did you hear that? It's an online business.
Oh, you know it.
No, you just said.
What you just
Said home and kitchen.
Just come up. Okay. Does it back in the phone?
What? Once you go up, you never come back? Is that what happens here?
You stay in this place. No, once you enter this place, you don't want to go away. Once you enter, you're in.
Mentally, you never
You
go
don't
back.
want to leave. Yeah.
All right,
You're
we're going
staying.
in. We're going in.
You're in.
Come, Peter, come.
Really don't know completely what's happening here, which keeps it exciting. That's what spending time with Shlomi is, never really knowing what you're getting into.
Down here, this is like a little look down to the synagogue.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you. You handshake or you hug?
Or he fist bumps, whatever you want.
I'll give you a hug.
Peter.
Nice to meet you.
Your name?
Bari.
Bari.
Bari Weber. I should take you in more of a
Yeah. You
nicer
live,
space.
you live here?
No, I don't live here.
Okay.
Let me
Did you
go-
paint this?
I did not.
It's very mystical.
Right. So this is this is a good room to think. Most of the people that are here just come out of their goodwill and to help, you know, boys.
They volunteer?
Encourage them. And, yeah, this is my office. So one of my students.
He's the salesman.
Yeah.
He sells kitchens.
Okay. So this is where the boys are most of the day. This guy's an amazing guy.
Het is roer is op dit planet Earth. Okay? Well, so who met this rule? Was that this rule is? Hi, Peter.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Manny.
Benny. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Manny's from the hood.
Manny. Oh, Manny's from the hood.
They used to call me Manny Fresh back in the day.
Manny Fresh.
Shizzle.
For Shizzle, where's the hood, Manny? The Fresh.
Brooklyn, that's die, baby.
Oh.
That's die. Do or die.
So I'm going actually in that room upstairs.
Okay.
But I'm using it now for a Zoom that I'm going to do for organization. I'm going to sing 2 songs for them. A friend of mine that has organization, and he asked me if I can, they're having like a weekend retreat. And think about, you know, growth. And in Emunah, which means belief. Emunah is actually a very interesting topic. Emunah is probably one of the strongest things in Judaism. It's basically a concept that is against all odds. It's basically where your brain ends, that's where Emunah starts. It's basically believing in something that doesn't exist. Like
faith.
Like even aliens is something that you know, it's a good feeling, but you know, as long as you don't have proof, you call it Emunah. You have Emunah and aliens. So a godly thing is something that is very beyond us, and the only connection that we have is through our deeds that we do.
So Emunah could be looked at as your life path in a way too?
Emunah is pushing yourself to a place, of course in a positive way, or believing in God, or believing in anything good. Believing anything good that will happen, although you don't see any signs leading you to that thing. It's just basically telling your brain that this is what I want to believe in.
Emunah, did that help you with your music?
It helps, of course. Yeah.
Did it guide you, or you were a musician since day one?
I mean, nobody can foresee things.
Yeah.
So what pushes you to do something that is bigger than you?
What? Just Emunah? Just
belief. You believe in yourself. You believe in the world. You believe in your community. You believe in God. You believe in something higher.
So in the Hasidic faith, it's all about believing in the self first, correct? Before you can give to others.
Of course, yeah. If you don't have the concept of believing in yourself, you're a vessel. You're a vessel to everything. So if you don't have love, you don't know what love is. You can't love God if you don't love people. If you don't love yourself.
You feel like you're doing your divine mission right now. You're the conduit. Something's coming through you.
Every human being is that.
But most don't find it.
Well, most people don't think about it too much, and they don't have the awareness. But I think Judaism is all about awareness. So yeah, that's definitely a very spiritual mission that I have with my singing. I see people that are not very happy, and music just makes them in a good mood. It opens their hearts. You know, opening the hearts is where you start feeling yourself. You know, most people who are controlled by robotics say in the future robotics are going to control us. This is basically controlling our feelings and our minds. It's telling us our schedule and what to buy and where to go and what to be influenced by. But you yourself, who are you? Are you that robot? So, yeah.
But without this, we can't bring our Emunah out in this day and age, right?
So
like
this
what we're doing right now.
This can either help you or destroy you. So you got to be aware of it.
So it's discipline, right? Would you say that?
Discipline is what gets you to the place.
Bari, a couple, maybe he won't want me to share this, but half a year ago, he got rid of his smartphone. And now he got himself a flip phone. He doesn't want to get distracted by anything. This is his phone.
Fantastic.
This is my phone. I find it very helpful in business. I just have more time for myself. I'm more scheduled, and I'm not being very simple. This is a robot that is controlling people.
But you're a very famous musician, so you need to use social media, right?
So
you have to.
I only keep this where I need it, like whether it's work related or usually I'll take it along at a gig. So I have my lyrics, and I have certain hours that I take it in my office, and I do my emails and so on. But just when I walk in the store, in the grocery, when I walk in the streets, I'm not just like that. It just keeps me alive. And it looks like very primitive.
I like it.
But,
I would like to get to that level.
Yeah,
I think it's an improvement. I don't have the discipline yet.
A lot of my friends that are big businessmen, they also do it that way.
Hasidim it's a very conservative form of Judaism.
Right.
I would have thought music would be an interference with God's voice or message.
Right.
So if you go to Islam, the most conservatives are not going to listen to any music.
Right.
So how does that work?
But in Islam there are certain type of singing, like we would call it nusach.
Yeah.
It's like the wazan or mazan. I'm not sure exactly how it's called.
The call of prayer.
The call to prayer.
Yeah, the call of prayer is something that is very musical. I love listening to it whenever I'm in any Muslim area, and they allow the speakers to put it on. I love it.
So how does it work in Hasidim?
The spirituality of it is very interconnected with mysticism. which involves a lot of doing things that are technically based on a meditational idea. And one of that is singing. Like the prayer will go. This is major?
Major, yeah.
The prayer will go in such an area. During the week, it'll be, this is the organization calling me. Hello?
Okay, let's hold on to these precious moments that we have. And the second one is for the York site of this coming Shabbos of the Jews of our father-in-law. So exciting. We're going to end off on a very exciting note. Bari Weber is with us, and this is something unbelievable. I personally love your music so much, and for the fact that you're with us.
Bari?
Hi, yes?
Do me a favor. You were at my niece's wedding, you played, and if you give me 10 minutes, I'm going to find the Chassan and Kala, get one of my daughters to get married, to get you on Zoom, and I can put on the wedding right now for the right price. Can you do that? You are fantastic.
You're making a deal before I'm breathing. Thank you, first of all, for having me. This is a great mission that you guys are. You know, belief is something that takes us beyond all boundaries. And we have the tool of Emunah, which is believing in yourself. All the good that we have is not because we deserve it. It's mainly because, you know, this is destined to us, because God is a giver. You know, He loves us, and the world is beautiful. The world could have been black and white, and He gave us color, and He gave us meaning, and so on, and we got to look for that. I have in the background SHLOIME'S, one of my students in Yeshiva. He's an amazing musician. Because Emunah is something, believing is something that we haven't witnessed in the past. It's something that we really want to achieve, but the only way we can achieve it is by just throwing out positive thoughts that this thing could happen regardless if it makes sense or not.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my honor.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
I want to show you, we have a whole section of animals that we care for.
Okay.
There's actually injured animals.
So I just want to point out that he could have charged like $2,000 for that Zoom call. I don't know what his going rate is, but it's way higher than that for an event.
Yeah.
And he does this kind of thing all the time. Like in Hasidic Judaism, as we mentioned, it's all about kindness. He goes probably on a daily basis, but if not, definitely a couple times a week, goes to the hospitals, sings for people who are sick. It's all about kindness.
If there are sick children and people who we can improve their lives just by singing, we'll take out of our time and go there. There's multiple organizations that, you know, organize, and that's actually how I started here.
Who are the kids you were singing to just then?
This is an organization of women.
Okay.
It's an organization of women, like a retreat of women that went through certain. I'm not gonna share because you just saw it.
Sure.
They're obviously, they needed, you know, my encouragement, my chizik that they call. And I was glad to do that. It's just a Zoom call. It's half hour of my time, and I'm sure I helped hundreds. There's the other, whatever. We couldn't see their faces, but that's what it is.
Is your audience bigger here or in Israel?
It's bigger here.
Okay.
There's a big audience in South America, in Chile. There's like a big, yeah? 70% of my messages that I get, like on social medias and platforms, are from people who speak Spanish. I can never reply.
They're all Hasidic?
No, not only Jews.
Huh.
Yeah. a lot of non-Jews that listen to my music.
Another thing I want to point out is that in the secular world, you have like all these celebrities who probably in it for the money and the fame, and they do charitable work to be like relatable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so that people just think they're still human and they're good. And I'm sure a lot of them are good people. But a lot of the aspects, and it's easy to see that the charity that's being done is not necessarily to help, it's more to help themselves.
Sure.
Here in the Hasidic community, I mean, you see Bari's putting his entire day is spent here at the school, and then he goes to sing for kids. He does these Zoom calls, and all the other superstars.
And your name's not on the house.
Yeah, I wouldn't allow my name on the house.
You know what I mean? But like what you're saying, a lot of people do charity to get the good image, and there's two types.
It's very impressive. He's working every night till 1 or 2 a.m. He could easily.
Oh,
sleep
I came home last night from Lakewood, 4 o'clock.
No, he's here early in the morning with the kids at the school.
I have a fundraiser event.
What can we walk out here?
Sure.
Can we go? Bari, what's the Hasidic music scene like these days? And what genre are you in? What would you say? What genre?
Genre is Hasidic music.
Okay.
I know it's not on the iTunes charts, but we usually fit in pop, popular music. But it's a mix.
Bari is probably the #1 Hasidic music star for reggae. He does reggae very well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I have some of my own compositions. I just felt I'm a very heart guy, and I just I felt that reggae resembles the heartbeat, like a and so you know that I play guitar, which is also something that you keep on your heart. You know, most of these are rescued animals, people who started off having little pets and then they couldn't deal with it. We have a whole section I'll show you of roosters. Many people take roosters and they realize that it wakes up their neighbors, and they have to just let it go. So we have, and these can be sometimes vicious. They fight.
Right.
And we have to build them individual cages, and the boys, they care for them. See, he's boss in this section. This guy, he feeds them every day.
Hello.
He's very caring boy. If you go close, they'll just run because they were abused. You see?
How do people abuse roosters?
Because it goes on their nerves, so they neglect them and they torture. So they come here. We start feeding them, caring for them, and then eventually we let them out here.
And so for you guys, this is like a place to chill, hang out, play music. Like a family, sort of?
It's a family. Yeah, we feel like a family. We're so close to each other, like a real family.
Guys, Bari's no longer around us. What do you think of his music?
It's amazing. It's something unique, something professional. It's good. It's professional music. He's the Jewish Justin Bieber.
Like his song,
Jewish Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
Who
says that's a compliment?
His songs, he sings so deep that it touches your heart.
His voice is incredible. It's like an angel singing. I just want to relax
and
listen to his music. It's very calming.
What I'm trying to say that he has all kinds of music for every mode. You walk into the woods, you listen to one song.
Okay.
Like for every mode,
meditation, yes, pop, hip hop, whatever.
Does he have like your super angry mode? You want to like just
let it out? Yeah, of course. He has all kinds of music.
He's got reggae,
relaxing music, everything. Yes.
So you guys love hanging around here?
Yeah, I love it.
I never enjoyed
this place is amazing.
Like a school or anything till now.
Everything became forced, and now it's free for you. You could take it or leave it, and everybody chose to take it. Yes.
My own will. The music is the one thing that keeps me down. When I listen to music, the whole thing changes.
It chills you out.
It chills me
Are you
out.
a rebel?
Like I listen to certain styles when in certain moods. Every mood I hear a different style.
The $1 million question: Are you a rebel?
Are you a rebel?
Actually, we call ourselves Our Lovely Rebels. We have
the WhatsApp group from the school called Our Lovely Rebels.
Our Lovely Rebels. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. I'm gonna look out for you.
All right. Have a wonderful
day.
band.
Have a good one.
All right.
This is my fancy gig suit. So I usually don't ride along with it, but.
So Bari just said, let's go for a 4-wheeler ride, and he's full of surprises. Got a lot going on.
I'll show you one of the places here where it's very good for meditation. It's a part of my daily schedule. Look at this place.
Oh yeah.
This is where I sit down over here, just get my thoughts clear.
Is this where you come up with a lot of your inspiration for your music?
My songs, when I compose, I need just the space, and this is where I do it.
Gotcha. All right, Barry, thanks for showing us around.
All right.
Where can people find you if they don't already know you?
Well, my music is streaming basically on iTunes, Spotify, all these.
All right, guys, I'll leave Barry's links down below. Thank you, Barry. That was fun. Appreciate it.
Continue on Garden State Parkway for 5 miles.
Center for a second. Benny, what's your last name?
Friedman.
Friedman. Okay. Free or Fried?
Fried. Fried.
Okay, Friedman.
Spelled fried, pronounced Fried.
Okay. Here with Benny Friedman, and Benny is a producer and a performer of Hasidic music, correct?
Something like that.
Okay, okay. And so tell us what is different about Hasidic music, or what can you tell us about your craft?
It's very happy for the most part.
Okay.
Some of it's also very sad. You try to use music as a way to bring you somewhere where you can't otherwise get without it.
Okay. Can you sing us something? Okay, or
Opa!
Yeah.
What's your favorite Jewish song?
Gee, let me think.
Bob Dylan? Think of anything from Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan. What are you learning now from your music?
Sometimes when you're struggling, you need to go higher. Instead of, you need to do more instead of less.
How so?
It's just a technical thing in singing.
Okay.
When I found myself singing a song and struggling to sing it properly, the natural instinct is to say, "Oh, I'm singing it a little too high. Let me bring the key down."
Okay.
When in fact, I was struggling in the it's called the bridge, the passaggio or whatever. And if you bring it up and just pop just a little bit higher than that tough point, everything opens up.
Is that a metaphor for life?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I'm not the philosopher, but that's what I was going for. When things are difficult, don't try to do less. Try to do more. Like we say here in Chabad, lechatchila riber. If you have an obstacle, so you can try to go around it, you can try to go under it, but Chabad, they say, the first thing to do before you try all the other easy ways, right away go over the obstacle, go right over it.
So even as you've been doing this for 12 years, you're a professional, this is your career, do you get these obstacles still?
Oh yeah.
Benny, so you're saying you come to these hard points, you come to these hard points, and you're saying don't give up and go down, but go up. So can you show what you mean by that? Going up.
Oh boy.
That high spot we're all looking for.
Ani ma'amin be'emuno shleimo. You know, where he doesn't, instead of belting it out, where it would be a little bit more difficult, it's called half voice. V'viyas HaMoshiach ani ma'amin. But he has another ani ma'amin, which is even more tzumzach. V'viyas HaMoshiach ani ma'amin. Lovavoy sheyavoy im kol ze achakeloi hoy im kol ze achakeloi oy achakeloi bechol yoim sheyavoy.
Beautiful. A lot of overcoming in that.
You think so?
Yeah, I felt it. Coming up onto a peak and over. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy.